Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. You already know what it is. Today, we're going to be talking about the Brighton versus Arsenal game. We're going to be getting into it. We're going to be discussing it. We're going to break it down, talk about some transfer rumors, talk about the lineups, our predicted lineup for the game, what we want to go for, everything around the game. We're just going to talk about it, get in depth, get really into the scrutiny, and discuss what really is going on at the Emirates right now, right? So this is the Brighton versus Arsenal preview. And you know what? Before we get started, let's cue that intro. Bang. Yes, guys. And I got a guest with me today. I got Devo. Devo, what's good, bro?
Guys, you all right?
Chilling,
Good.
man. Debut on the show. Thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. After a win, it's a good thing I brought you after a win. I brought you after a loss. Yeah, definitely would disagree on a bunch of things. But after a win like that, you can't really talk too much about the performance. People definitely were playing for the manager. What did you think about the game against Chelsea, man?
I was very happy with it. And it's what I've been saying all along. Certain players shouldn't be in the team. And by hook or by crook, guys like Willian weren't in the team. And you saw the difference. Pepe weren't in the team. You saw the difference in terms of our movement, hunger. That's the kind of thing that I wanted. And you knew players like Smith Rowe, Saka we've seen throughout the season. His hunger and his want to prove himself. We need players who want to prove themselves. I think players like Willian, he's done it. Do you know what I mean? He's here for a check. He don't care. You know, players like Pepe, he thinks he's made it. 72 million. You know, he thinks he's come from a team where I don't even know if he was the main star for that long. He was there had one good season, one really good season, got a big move for 72 million. And he came here and he feels like, for me, he feels like he's made it. And there's a lot of things he needs to learn before that. And I think him seeing the likes of Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka playing week in, week out, performing, hopefully for him, it will make him lift his game. But we'll have to wait and see.
Listen, someone said to me today, I don't know if you've seen it. We were talking, and Wax said something that hurt. He's like, the Ligue 1 that he came from, a lot of these teams, like Dijon and stuff, they would not be even competing against championship teams. So it's almost like we bought a championship player.
I don't know about that. I think what it is in Liga, he's getting a lot more space and time, and you can see that he's a player who likes to have space and time because he likes to do step overs and try and do this and that, beat a man twice, and you don't get that in the Premier League. In Premier League, you have to think fast, you have to move fast, and you see when he gets the ball, he likes to slow things down too much, and that's what vexes me, is that he's not intelligent enough to adapt his game to be able to do what he wants to do quickly. And you saw there was a point in the game where Tierney had the ball, and it was clear for everyone to see, move into the space so Tierney could play you in behind. And he's wanting the ball at feet. Tierney had to tell him 3 times, make a move into the space. He put the ball in the space. Pepe was too slow to get there. For me, things like that, you shouldn't, as a professional footballer at this level, you shouldn't need Tierney to tell you that.
Yeah, no, that video just goes to show you. That's the video that he clipped, and he said only championship players struggle with this. Even lower leagues, some of them can do that. Like just the movement, just the overall movement, everything about it. It's shocking from Pepe, man. Like but I don't know.
For me, Smith Rowe, I've been calling out for him to play for a long time, long time. Even before he went on loan to Huddersfield last season, I think he should have got a chance, because we don't have players with that kind of mentality of give me the ball in tight spaces, I can control it, right foot, left foot, doesn't matter. I'll pop it off and be positive and make a move forward. And we saw him do that time and time against Chelsea. And Martinelli is a game changer for us as well. I'm not going to go over the top like some people and say that he's a generational talent and all that kind of thing, because he's not. He's just a very good player, very hungry, very positive, and he has a way about him of bringing the best out of the players around him, which is something that we need.
Okay, perfect. Now, I was going to say, enough about the Chelsea game. Let's talk about the actual players. Like, when it comes to the team, I feel like we want a similar team to the team that played against Chelsea. So if you were to do your team sheet, would you change anything from what took place on Chelsea away at Chelsea? I
You
mean,
know,
at home against Chelsea.
me personally,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But I have a feeling Arteta will, because it's so many games in such a short space of time. Martinelli's just come back. Do you know what I mean? It's his first game in however many months. So I feel like he will probably drop Martinelli. I imagine Pepe will start, or Aubameyang. Aubameyang might start over Martinelli. It might be Pepe and Aubameyang for Martinelli and Smith Rowe. I wouldn't be surprised, because both of those players are not long been fit. So yeah, Leno has to start.
So
Leno has to
first
start.
thing, yeah.
Mhm.
First thing we already know, Leno's in. There's no question about Leno, right?
Yeah.
When it now, if you move over to the rest of the team, the back line, like Debo, let's be honest. When it comes to the back line, it has not been a consistent back line all year.
No.
What makes you think now it's going to be consistent? Especially, did you hear Gabriel could be missing for the next 2 to 3 games due to COVID?
Yeah. See, what's I don't know what the deal is with David Luiz as well, because David Luiz was supposedly partying as well. So he should be punished as well. Him and Willian apparently were doing up partying over Christmas, which is why they were out of the squad altogether. But I don't know about the centre backs. Mari and Holding did well against Chelsea. We have to be honest; they did very well. Will they start again? I would like to see them start. I think you have to. If you play well, you deserve a run in the team. So until they let us down, put them both in. I don't
This
see
man
why.
here impressed me.
He
in the
did.
sense.
He's not the quickest,
No,
but
he's
he
not.
reads the game pretty well.
Yeah.
The penalty he gave away was a very sloppy penalty to give away. I felt sorry for him. He didn't need to make that challenge.
Luckily, he didn't get
It
sent off.
happens. Yeah, it happens. But I said, give him another chance, man. Why not?
So we're gonna get to them first. Let's get to the right back situation. Everyone wants to name every other right back besides Bellerin, and I've been hearing a lot of links away from the club, a lot of situations with Bellerin. What do you think is gonna happen with Bellerin as I go to charge my laptop?
Man, you know what the thing is with Bellerin is, I was a big Bellerin fan. I think the last time we spoke on another show, I was saying Bellerin deserves to be the right back, but his form has kind of gone off a cliff in recent months. But so has many of the players in the team. I think the injuries killed him. His pace was what made him special initially. He's lost that pace, so now he needs to learn to defend and learn to to link up play in a different way. I think he started off poorly in the Chelsea game, but grew into the game as it got further in and started to play actually pretty well towards the end of that game. I do think Maitland-Niles is the better player, and I wouldn't mind it if Maitland-Niles started in this game. I think probably would be better off him starting, because I think Brighton have got. I think Danny Welbeck, Moipai, Trossard, those guys will pull on to Bellerin and try and target him. And I think Maitland-Niles is a better one-on-one defender, so I'd probably start him in this game over Bellerin.
Yeah, so I think due to the quick turnaround, I feel like Arteta's hand has been it's been taken out of his hands. He has no choice. I feel like now when it comes to the defense, he could play the exact same defense, just take out Bellerin. But Kieran Tierney, do you feel like fitness-wise, will Kieran Tierney be able to play this game too with a quick turnaround?
Yeah, that guy's an engine. He could play 6 games in 6 days. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them. He's I don't know what it is they inject these Scottish left backs with, but these guys can run for days. You know what I mean? He's one player I wouldn't worry about in terms of his stamina. The only injuries he tends to get is like impact injuries, or you know what I mean, like things like that. So I'd play Tierney.
Okay.
He'll be one of the first names on the sheet for me.
Yeah. Okay. So Tierney is not a problem. Now, we've always had an issue with the midfield. When it comes to midfield, what are we going to do for the midfield? I think Elneny is one of the first choices. Xhaka played really well, even though
He did play very well.
a lot of people don't like him. I don't think Willock gets his spot back into this team anytime soon. Emil Smith-Rowe stamped his authority. Pate is still injured, and Danny Ceballos, I feel like we should just send him back to Real Madrid.
I'm not a big Ceballos fan, man. I think, you know what, people cuss on Nenny for going sideways all the time. Ceballos, he doesn't go forward too much more than Elneny does. But what Ceballos does is he takes 6 touches to do everything that needs to take 2 touches. I think,
MLS level.
Yeah, he loves to take a touch, man. I don't like any of those options, if I'm being honest with you, in midfield. I don't think Xhaka and Elneny is the best partnership in midfield. I think Elneny is a solid player, but I don't think he's a player who's really going to move the club forward. Xhaka has his moments, but he's also mad. I could see Xhaka getting a red card in this game, for example. Brighton are a physical team. I think he's a liability sometimes. But if we're going into this on form, I think Xhaka and Elneny both had good games against Chelsea. I could see him starting Ceballos. I wouldn't want Ceballos to start this game. I think Xhaka and Elneny is the most physical pairing we have if Partey's not playing. I think we're going to need that against Basuma, who might be auditioning for a move to Arsenal. Who knows? Fingers crossed.
That meme, Basuma's meme, that meme of Basuma. Let me get his picture up. So people who know or don't know who Basuma is. This is Basuma. The man was literally laughing at us for not getting top 4, or he was laughing at his friend, one or the other. Because
he was laughing at us.
You think so?
So we should. Do you know what I mean? We were laughing stock at them
We'll
times.
link to a lot of these guys. We'll get back to them. I got a bunch of pictures here. I don't know if you know Ben White. I feel like Ben White is a baller. I feel like we've been linked to Dunk for years. Mopai, we can't forget what happened last year with Mopai. You're a cheat. I hope you get relegated. And then obviously Danny Welbeck. He looks like an old man in that kit.
Yeah, you know what? He's a good player, man. I think Brighton did well to get him in. He's a handful. He'll give us problems if he plays. He might not play.
Yeah, true. All right, enough said. And guys in the comments saying, "Why aren't you at work?" My office is not open today, so we're chilling. Anyways, going back to the team news. Right? With the midfield, I feel like we should just play the same midfield as last week. I mean, last game. Go Xhaka, Elneny, and Emil Smith-Rowe. What are you saying?
I think that should be the case. But I think, honestly, I don't see Smith-Rowe starting this game. I think it's too soon. Too many games in too little time. I think we'll see Aubameyang and Pepe come back in for Smith-Rowe and I've forgotten his name now. I can't even think. Oh, Martinelli, sorry.
So where Aubameyang's going to play on the left?
Aubameyang left, yeah. Or even, I don't know if he'll go Aubameyang left, Pepe. Or you know what, he might go Lacazette in the 10 again, and Aubameyang up front, and then Saka and Pepe on the wings.
So you think 100% Pepe's walking right back into the team?
I think that might be just because of the amount of games that we're playing. And Martinelli and Smith-Rowe have both only just come back and only just proved that they're fit. So playing them twice in the space of 3 days might be a bit too much.
Changing a team that played so well though, and they definitely played for the manager. No one can say these guys. It's always quick to say, "Oh, these guys don't care about the manager" when we don't perform. But when we perform, it's kind of ignored the fact that they perform so well. But it's almost like he gets no credit.
One guy definitely wouldn't play in this game is Nketiah.
Yeah.
No, I did, because Brighton's defense is they're just bullying him. He doesn't.
What he did against Southampton is criminal. Was it Southampton? He missed the 1-on-1. Everton. What he did against Everton is criminal. But yeah, getting onto it. So what are we going to do for the 10? Who's going to play in the 10 for you? Lacazette?
I think he will go Lacazette. This is just what I think he's going to do, not so much what I would do. Because for me, Martinelli would start 100%. But this is what I think. This is the team I think he's going to put out.
Okay, so this is the team that my guy's gone with. What do you guys think? Tell me, people in the comments, what do you guys think? Talk about the team. Tell me what you think about the team, guys, because we want to know. Like, to me, let's just talk about Gabriel Martinelli for a second. The man is infectious, how good he is on the ball, how direct he is. I liken him to Son, Mane. He has that level of directness, and he just puts people under pressure immediately. Did you see how he had certain guys? He had Conte fall down again.
Yeah. No, someone said it on Twitter, and at first I was like, that's a big claim. But then when you actually understand the comment, he's not saying he's as good as, but he has a similar kind of playing style. And he's saying about Carlos Tevez. Carlos
Ooh.
Tevez just didn't give you a minute to breathe. He was on everything. He just kept moving, and Martinelli reminds me of that. He moves all the time. It's always positive as well. Like he's always trying to get in. If he plays the ball, he doesn't stand still. He's gone looking for the return, trying to get on the end of something. He's all over the pitch. He's clever enough to know that you play differently if you're on the right than you do if you're on the left. Do you know what I mean? It's a different thing. He gets back. He has everything in his locker. He could be a top player. He just needs to get fit and and play a run of games. But I like him. I like him a lot. We need more players like him.
Okay, so just to be contrarian here, if he was to play, he would be playing on the left, obviously, right?
Yeah. But then Saka's done a job on the right. Saka's done every time we've played him on the right or started him on the right. He's been involved in goal contributions every time.
Yeah, against Leicester. Who else? Against Leicester last year, right?
Yeah.
And did he play this year on the right besides the Chelsea game?
Saka, I think he's had 4 appearances where he started on the right, and he's had goal contributions in every game.
You know what, bro? In my opinion, I'm gonna just change the team a little bit around, and I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna take Lacazette out from the team, and I'm gonna take Bellerin out and make 2 changes. That's just 2 changes. And as you can see now, we got Emil Smith-Rowe back in the team. You have Aubameyang up top with Saka and Martinelli. You have Xhaka, Elneny. You got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. In my opinion, when Ainsley plays as a right back, he's basically another attacking option. Like he got the penalty against Everton.
Yeah,
he's the one that got into the box for that penalty. No way Bellerin's getting into a box to win a ball for us, right? Tierney.
Don't forget, Bellerin had that. I mean, and he messed up the chance, but he got into the box and he should have squared the ball back to Smith-Rowe straight away against Chelsea. When it was 0-0, he took an extra touch, and the ball across wasn't perfect, and Smith-Rowe couldn't get on the end of it. But Bellerin does get forward as well. I think obviously he's not as good as Maitland-Niles going forward, but he does get into good spaces. It's just his final decisions usually poor.
Okay, now, do you notice Tierney's always crossing in the ball. To who? Like, we don't have a Giroud. We don't have a target man. Now, if we have a Aubameyang at the end of those crosses, I'm not saying Aubameyang's going to always get headers, but him and Martinelli do have one sort of thing that they can do. They can let the ball go across their body and they take that shot. Like Martinelli did it during the game the other day. Oh, you got the little one next to you?
Yeah, she's just here. She just woke up, so waiting for her to make a holy for noise.
No, it's okay, bro.
No, she's. Come on, 1 second. Come on. Ah. Here we go.
Say hi.
Say hi. Hey.
Oh, man, that's cute. How old is she now? Like 3 months?
She'll be 3 months in, 10 days?
Oh, I remember you when you posted a picture of you guys leaving the hospital.
Yeah. It seemed like a long time ago.
I know, right? Yeah. Anyways, have you heard if Partey's going to be fit anytime soon? Somebody in the comment section is asking.
I thought he was out for, the dreaded 3 weeks. You know, when Arsenal get a player and they're out for 3 weeks, that could be anywhere between 3 weeks and 6 months. Santi Cazorla was out for 3 weeks and almost didn't play again. So, you know what I mean? I always take it with a pinch of salt. Whenever I see 3 weeks, I don't know.
Yeah, so let's get more into the team news. So this is the team news on who scored. They're showing us, obviously, David Luiz is out. Willian is doubtful. Gabriel is out because of COVID. Thomas Partey is out, right? And then you have the situation at Brighton. Who's out at Brighton? They have Aaron Connolly, Adam Lallana. Lamptey's out.
Lamptey's out. That's good news for us. Like, I don't like to see people being injured, but that kid's scary. That kid's scary. He's good. You know,
we seen it for Arteta's first home game. That kid came on. He caused us a lot of trouble. Like, I have a picture of him. This kid Lamptey, man, he is he's very short, but like his pace and power is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a good player, man, and just another one coming through Chelsea's academy. They're just, you know, he is gonna have a big future in the game. There's a few things they needs to pick up on, and it's one of those things. Oh, sorry, that wasn't me, baby. But yeah, there's a few things he needs to pick up on. But he's a very good player, man. Very good player.
Did you see Xhaka a little bit arrogant in what he did? TVG here is saying, did you see Xhaka's half-ass apology? This guy's arrogant little P word, and I don't care. He scored a worldie against Chelsea. He's an idiot.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's Xhaka. He has this kind of. It's kind of what makes him the player he is as well. He has this kind of arrogance about him, that when he does things well, it looks good, but when it fails, he becomes an arrogant P word. For me, I just don't like it when Arsenal players come out and say a whole load of nothing. If you're going to come out and say something positive. That was a little dig at the fans. We all know that we have history with you, and you and the fans have history. You don't need to come out and say anything. Just do what you need to do on the pitch. Shut up, continue playing. That's one game. Do you know what I mean? It's one game. Just play consistently well, and then you won't need to say anything because the fans will know exactly. Like, you don't need to apologize. You've done it on the pitch. That's what it's about. It's not about coming out in the press and apologizing. It's about apologizing on the pitch. Show us that you're able to play consistently well. That's it.
True. Then you got somebody here saying, what website is that? I'm pretty sure it's whoscored.com, if you don't already know. Now, there is someone else that I want to speak about a little bit. Lacazette scored a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Today, did you hear about Atletico Madrid trying to get rid of a certain Diego Costa? And I just can hear the here we go getting ready for Lacazette to leave.
I think we should sell him. I've long said we should sell him. I think he played well against Chelsea, and he's been playing better of recent. But I don't think he's good enough. If we're looking for a striker to put the ball in the back of the net regularly, he hasn't really done that in an Arsenal shirt. Even his best season wasn't great when you look at the other strikers at other top 6 clubs. If we can get a fair whack of money for him, sell him 100%. I think we can do better than him. I think he's a bit slow. His link-up play in the last few weeks has been a lot better, but before that, the ball wasn't sticking with him. All of our moves were being broken down when it was getting to him. I think we're moving Aubameyang out to the left to try and accommodate him. I don't see why. I think if we can get money from Atletico Madrid, take it.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like the whole disciplinary thing with Willian, it's now gotten to a point where it's untenable. And they're looking at Willian and they're saying Arteta's been so dissatisfied with Willian's performances that he's now trying to move him on. And I'm hearing Buendia as the target. To me, that is amazing news. If this is true and they're trying to move him on, which is going to be difficult with the amount of wages he's on, do you think the club has the buckle or whatever people say over here to move Willian and pay off the remainder of his wages or do something like that?
We'd have to pay him a lot of money. This was the stupidest transfer I think we've ever done. I said it before we signed him. I said we should not, if we're signing him on a 1-year deal, fair enough. Okay, fine. But we shouldn't sign him on anything more than that. And to sign him on what's a 4-year deal, 200 grand, 300 grand, whatever, 200 grand he's getting paid or close to that. He was finished at Chelsea last season. Chelsea fans have for a long time, a lot of Chelsea fans didn't rate him. Last season, none of them rated him. And then we went and gave him a 4-year contract with 200 grand. He's here as a retirement home. We're a rocking chair for him. He sat on the porch in a rocking chair, just chilling, just seeing the money roll in. I think in terms of his discipline, he doesn't care about Arsenal Football Club. And I think the fact that we signed him in the first place is a joke. The fact that we're now willing to move him on is a joke, because who's going to take that contract? If we have to pay out his contract, that's going to cost us millions. And that is money that we should be using to restructure the team. I think we should have went for Buendia in the first place. Why we went for Willian when Buendia was there in the first place? If we didn't get Willian, maybe we could have done something else and got another player in who would actively want to play for the club and actively want to prove themselves at the club. But I think the signing of Buendia, I think, would be a good signing. I rate him. I rated him before the Premier League when they came up in the Championship. I liked him then, and I think it would be a good signing for us.
Okay, and then next, what we're gonna do is, let's just get this. We're gonna do transfer rumors before we get to predictions, because there's a lot of transfer rumors. First things first. What do you think about Balogun possibly leaving to Liverpool?
Oh man, that would be a mistake. That again, that goes to show that how the club handle things, because a player of his quality, and we all know about his quality from the youth setup, and the club definitely know about his quality. So to let this contract situation get to this point is poor. And we have so many players. I think we're the only club that I can think of that have so many players that get to the point where we're trying desperately to sign them to a new contract before their contract runs out. No one else has this. Their contracts are sorted a long time. You know, unless they're players that they don't necessarily want to keep, they just want to make some money from them. We have players who we desperately want to keep, and they're in the last few months of their contract, and we're struggling to get them to sign. It's ridiculous. If he goes to Liverpool for a nominal fee, we'll shoot ourselves in the foot. I think he is going to be a very good striker, and I think he should be given his chances at Arsenal. And we should have tied that contract up a long time ago.
Okay, and then next, what we're going to talk about is the next transfer that I wanted to hear what you thought. Gini Wijnaldum to Arsenal on a pre-agreed contract for next summer, since he's going to be out of contract. This to me had my head turned. I was like, what? We can get Gini Wijnaldum on a free transfer?
I call that BS.
What?
I call that BS. That's not going to happen. For me, it's one of those ones where someone's leaked a story to try and get the ball rolling on a new contract at Anfield. I think he wants 4 years apparently on the contract. Liverpool don't want to give him no more than 3. He's turning 30. If he was to sign a contract with us and we were to give him 4 years, I'm not going to say it's a Willian situation, because he's in a better position than Willian. He's not as old. He has a lot more to offer in a position that we need something. But I can't see us giving him a 4-year contract at that amount of money, and Liverpool just not signing him to a new contract. I think Liverpool will sort it out. He'll get 3 years. I doubt he'll get 4. He'll get a good whack of money at Liverpool, unless Liverpool are willing to move him on and get someone else in. But I do like Wijnaldum. If we were to sign him, I'd be very happy with that signing. I think it's different from the Willian signing because Willian's finished. Wijnaldum is still performing at a high level. I think that would be a good signing, but I can't see it happening. I think it's BS. I think his agent talked to just try and get Liverpool a little bit hot and bothered, so that they do what they want, basically.
Yeah, true. And then you got Lamptey to Arsenal and Hector Bellerin to Barcelona. What do you think about the young guy, former Chelsea academy player, currently could possibly become a Ghanaian international sooner than later?
Yeah.
What do you think about the guy?
I like him, man. I like him. I think he's a very good prospect at right back. I think he gives us something that we would need, in that he's up and down the pitch. You know, if we had Tierney on one side, up and down, we had Lamptey on the other side, we'd have both wings covered, which would allow us to play with some inside forwards, and create havoc and overlaps, underlaps, or whatever it is you want to call it. And it would help us to get bodies in the box. The Bellerin to Barcelona thing, I believe it, because Barcelona's a mess, and that seems like the kind of thing they would do. But imagine Bellerin's not good enough to play at Arsenal and he's good enough to sign for Barcelona. What's this world coming to? But if Bellerin did go and we were to get some good money off him, that would be brilliant. If we were to bring in Lamptey, I'd be very happy with that business.
Okay. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to look at, just before we do the predictions, I have a couple more things to say. So we've already spoken about Buendia. What's your thoughts on Julian Brandt?
I like Julian Brandt. Long been a fan of Julian Brandt, and I think if we were to sign Julian Brandt, he could fill a whole load of positions. He's a very flexible player in terms of he could play right wing, left wing, 10. He could play the 8. He's a 2-footed player, very intelligent. I think he would bring something different to the side. And why I would like that signing is that he's still young enough to prove himself. He's still young enough to improve, young enough to find consistency. And I think he would want to prove something at Arsenal, would have something to prove at the side. I'd prefer signings like that rather than the likes of Isco, who we were linked with, who I think Isco would just come here to get paid and play some football. He don't really care. He's been at Madrid. He's won everything. He's getting to the point where he's towards the end of his career. I'd prefer signings like Brandt, someone like that. It would be a much better signing for me.
True. And then before I get to Kroenke and the predictions, Emmanuel Buendia, is he a yes or no for you?
100% yes. 100%
15
yes.
million, I'm hearing.
How much?
15 million.
15. Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Negotiations has already started.
You know what? give another 15 million. Let's get Aaron's as well.
There you go.
30
Now,
million double swoop.
Now Arteta has been. They have come out and said they're backing Arteta. But today, Stan Kroenke put a strict guideline on January transfers, saying we would need to sell in order to buy.
Firstly, bun Stan Kroenke, and I'm glad that my Seahawks beat you lot last night, so your Rams are in the mud. That's American football terminology.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, for him to come out and say that when we're in a relegation battle just goes to show how much he cares for this club. He don't give a shit. How can we're in the bottom half at Christmas, struggling, and you're telling us that you're going to give us no money to sign no players? What does it take? What does it take for you to get involved? How bad does it have to be before you turn around and say, you know what, here's 100 million, which is like me giving you £2.50. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing. I think Arteta is we have got players that need to sell. So in that term, I kind of agree. There are players that need to be sold and moved on. I doubt we're going to get much money for them because everyone knows the situation we're in, and that's not a good hand to go into negotiations with. But there are players that need to be moved on, and there are players that need to be brought in. So it's going to be a massive month in January, and I think hopefully Arteta gets what he wants, and then we can really see what he does throughout the rest of the season. Because he hasn't done too well at the beginning of the season. I'm not going to lie. Some of the things he's done, some of the team selections, substitutions especially, haven't looked great. The ill discipline in the squad hasn't looked good. So let's see if he is supported in January. It's a massive 5-6 months or whatever for Arteta, and then in the summer we'll see where we are if we need a new manager or not.
Sure. Now that's pretty much all my topics. I just need to know, what's your score prediction before I open the line to everybody else?
Brighton, we've only beaten them once, I think, since they came into the Prem or something like that.
Yeah.
We haven't got a good record against this side.
2018 was the last time we won.
Yeah, another reason why I think Holden and Mari might be good is because set pieces, man. Because Brighton's a big team. Like their whole back four with Dan Burn, Ben White, Lewis Dunk, and Andy Webster. They're all 6'3+ or whatever. They're massive. So I worry about that. I can see this being a very hard game. I'm going to go for a draw. I think 1-1.
1-1. Okay,
yeah.
That's fair. All right, man. Honestly, bro, Devil, thanks for coming on and giving me your time.
No worries,
I usually do these streams like at midnight or 11 o'clock. By then, you're probably sleeping.
Yeah, trying to get this one.
There you go. But yeah, thanks for coming on,
love,
man.
man.
Really appreciate it, bro.
Take care, man.
And guys, go check out Devo. You guys already know where to catch him on the Football Dugout, and he also does other stuff on other channels, and you can find him on Twitter. But yeah, right now I'm going to be opening the lines to you guys to get you guys on to give us your predictions for the Brighton versus Arsenal game. Give us your predictions, what your thoughts on the game is going to be. The link is in the description, in the comment section. If you want to jump on right now, is your time. Come on, give us your say and tell us what you think is going to happen. Brighton versus Arsenal. What is your prediction? Because I could give you my prediction all the time, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys are saying. I just want to know, what do you guys think is going to happen? How do you think the game's going to go? What do you think is going to end up? What the score is going to be? What do you think is going to go down? I just want to know. Let me know. And if you guys are watching right now and you haven't already done me a favor, do me a favor again. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know what? While you're doing this, just share the video with your friends and family so they can check it out too. Yeah. So when it comes to Brighton, when you look at the stats say Brighton have scored more goals than us. They've done more than us this season. They've worked harder than us defensively, and they've even gotten the same amount of assists as us. They've had more goals than us. Average rating doesn't mean nothing. Shots per game, very similar actually. Aerial duel successes, very similar. You know what? Our stats are very similar to each other. No wonder we're both in the same situation when it comes to the league table. But we got our first caller. We got a guy like Sahal. Sahal, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, bro, you okay?
I'm chilling, wallah.
Okay, yo, I was watching the game again. The Chelsea game. I know we did well and we won the game. But Arteta actually didn't change tactics. It was Chelsea, because Chelsea played so poorly, and it's like Lampard didn't watch us at all. The reason why we did well is because of Bellerin and Tierney, because the Chelsea wingers were not tracking them. So I'm thinking, Brighton, we're gonna struggle. We're not gonna. I think we'd be lucky to get a draw, because the first thing Brighton are gonna do, they're gonna track our fullbacks and hit us on the counter, just like every other game. I think again, Arteta. I watched the game again, so I can say that, because you know, when you watch the game first time, you got so much emotion in it, you got so much passion in it. I don't really care. I was thinking, yo, we won finally. I was so happy in it. We were all happy, but now I watched the game again this morning, because I got like I recorded it. I watched the game again. I'm telling you, man, every single time, yeah, Bellerin and Tierney were given way too much space. And now against Brighton, they're not gonna give us that space at all. And I think Smith Rowe played well, but it's because those wingers were not tracking. No one in Chelsea was tracking our players. We had so much space to do our football, and I think we're gonna struggle, because Brighton are gonna try and stop us. You understand? So I don't know how well we're gonna do. I'm sure. I don't. You know, I personally I don't want Arteta to be the manager of Arsenal. I don't think he's gonna take us anywhere. But I don't think he's the only person at fault. As I told you, I think the board is a problem. I think the players are a problem. Everything is a problem. But he's also part of the problem as well. At what point does he become the problem? He's also a problem of the team, because his tactics is not working, and I don't think it will work today. We'll be lucky if we draw, and I'll say 1-1 hopefully.
1-1 hopefully. All right, bro. Thanks for coming on. So
All right, safe, bro.
time, right?
See you later, bro.
See you tomorrow, man. Then next we got Samuel on the cut. Samuel, what are you saying?
What's going on, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. How you been?
I'm good. Yeah, you know what? I think this game's gonna be harder than Chelsea. You know, I think because Chelsea played to our strengths yesterday, on Saturday, and they fell into our trap, which is Chelsea tried to attack us the whole game, and then we hit them on the counter. But this time it's gonna be the other way around. We're gonna be the ones attacking Brighton, and they're gonna hit us on the counter. I think we should stick with the three at the back, really, just to manage the counter, and then when we're attacking, it should be a four at the back. I think, you know, Smith Rowe should play again, because it's going to be hard to break Brighton down with Pepe. But I don't know, man. Do you think Willian's going to play this game?
So I think Willian is gonna play. I
No.
think Willian's not gonna play. What am I saying? Pepe is gonna play. Fuck Willian. Willian done out here.
So you don't see him?
Willian's done.
I can see him starting Willian though.
No, why would he start Willian? He benched him because of disciplinary purposes. Why would he play him?
I can see it though.
No, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. You got Saka, Martinelli, Pepe, Aubameyang. Why the hell would you play him? Why would you play Willian? It's not happening.
I just never know, bro. But I think David Luiz is gonna play. I can't see him playing, but I see Rob. I don't think Pablo Mari's gonna play again, because Gabriel's back, I think. So I think we're gonna go for Tini in there, Gabriel in there, and I think Smith Rowe has to play again. Martinelli, and this time no Lacazette, but Aubameyang. I think. Yeah.
All right, bro. Stop over relying on youth, says Rafi. What are you gonna do? We got a Chelsea fan here. Joe, what's good? Hello? Joe? And he's out of here. Joe's out of here. Next we got, what's going on? All right, people. I'm worried that we are not going to play the same team as last game against Chelsea, because I feel like that team, if we play those guys again, we're going to win. If we play Martinelli, Saka, and these guys again, we're going to win. It's just, I don't think we're going to do it again. What's going on? Who the hell is that? I'm sorry, bro. Put on some clothes. Put on some clothes. Put on some clothes. If you guys want to come on, the link is in the comment section. Jump right in. Talk to me. Tell me, what do you guys think is going to happen? Because to me, Brighton are a team with a lot of dangerous people. Brighton got some dangerous people in their team. They got some dangerous players. They got some players that you could be scared of. Some players that could cause you guys issues. And in my opinion, some of these guys they have in their team are just like they'll give us trouble. We haven't beaten Brighton since 2018. We've drawn or lost to them the last couple times we played each other, and it's just been absolutely carnage. And to me, if it happens again, Danny Welbeck ends up scoring. Mopai ends up scoring. What is Ty gonna say? That's what I want to know. What is Ty gonna say? What is Ty gonna say? That is what I want to know. We got my guy here. Yo, what's good?
Sure, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. What are you up to?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So what's good, bro? You're an Arsenal fan, Man City fan, right?
Nah, Arsenal.
Okay. So what did you think about the Chelsea game, and what do you think about this game now?
The Chelsea game. I think Chelsea kind of played into our hands yesterday, 2 days ago. And the Brighton, I don't think Arsenal fan that game because it's only one game out of the how many bad results we've had this season. So I think we need like a consistent run now these next 5 games because I think we have an easy run. If we can win probably we need to win 4 of those games for us to have a decent season, probably to finish like in the top 8 or something. And with regards to the Brighton game, I'm not too confident.
Say it again.
I think we've beaten Brighton since they've come up, so I'm quite worried about that. And Graham, good manager.
Yeah, no, I honestly think Graham, what's his name? What's his name again? Something. Yo, bro, there's too much interference. There's too much echo. 1 second. I think that manager for Brighton is a good manager, and he does play attacking football. But I feel like if they play too attacking, they're gonna lose to us. They can't be too attacking against us. They have to be a little bit more pragmatic. Because if they try to take it to us, we're gonna beat them. If they try to play a little bit more pragmatic, that's the only way they're gonna beat us. What do you think? Okay, bro. Shit's not working. Sorry, bro. Had to kick you out. It just does not work. Whoever this is, you're not coming back in. I'm sorry. You're too young. It's not happening. It's not happening. Graham Potter, yeah, that's what his name is. Graham Potter. We faced his team. We faced us. We faced his Swedish team, Ossesons, or whatever they were. We faced them earlier in the year. They did well. They did well. When we faced them under Arsene Wenger, we played against them, and they gave us a little bit of a game. But honestly, when he came into the Premier League, he came straight from the Championship with Swansea. He was performing well with Swansea. Swansea was doing good stuff. In my opinion, he's a baller, and I rate him as a coach. I rate Graham Potter as a coach. Graham Potter, his attacking style of football will suit a lot of teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got another job in the Premier League if Brighton did get relegated. But I don't think Brighton are going to get relegated. Let's be honest. Do you really think Brighton are going to get relegated, guys? I just don't think they will. I think Brighton are going to stay up. Brighton have a good enough team, especially with the additions that they have. They have such a good team. Like, just looking at some of their players, their players are ballers. Let's just look at some of their players. Like, you look at these guys they have on their team. You got guys like Neil Mopai. You have guys like Danny Welbeck, Ben White. There's just too many guys they have in the team that I feel like if we were to sign them, they would come right into our team. Basuma, of course. Basuma. So you got Dunk that we've been linked to plenty of times. Basuma that we're interested in. Lamptey that we're interested in. Obviously, Mopai is a baller. He would not get into our Arsenal team, obviously, but he is a good player and he gave us trouble last year. Danny Welbeck, former Arsenal player. They just have so many different guys that could cause us problems. I could see them getting something out of this game. I could see us resting on our laurels after beating Chelsea and losing. It's just such an Arsenal thing to do. We can't. At this point, it's a must-win game. Because if we were to lose this game after beating Chelsea, it's almost like what was the point of showing up against Chelsea? What's the point of showing up against Chelsea if you're not going to show up against teams like Brighton? You have to show up, guys. You have to show up. Show me that you have something about yourselves. Show me that you guys are doing something well, because a lot of these guys are just not doing anything of note. They pick and choose when they want to perform. They pick and choose when they want to do something, when they want to drop their performances, when they want to add their performances, when they want to do something of note. In my opinion, these guys, Arsenal players, man, they are letting us down week in, week out, based on their own situation. They're just resting on their laurels too much, and they need to have something about themselves and respect their own jobs. Because some of these guys, it's just a job for them. They don't really care. Guys like Bellerin, Xhaka, I don't think they genuinely care if they win, lose, or draw. That's what I think. Like, that's from my views. That's how it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. We got Jem on the line. Jem, what are you saying?
Not bad, bro. How are you?
I'm chilling, bro. I want to see if Kepa starts today for you guys. I'm
What
hearing
made you
reports.
think Kepa? Where did you hear this?
I heard this from a FPL guy, a reliable FPL manager. This FPL guy, he does football content, FPL content, and he was saying that a reliable source of his said that Kepa might be starting today.
Why though? That is ridiculous. That makes no sense.
Let's see if he's right. Let's see if he's right.
You definitely will.
Anyways, talk to me, bro. What are you saying today?
Battle of the bottom, innit? Battle of relegation, innit?
You're
no,
funny. I got these. One
it-
second. I got Brandon and Zane in the house too.
Yes.
What are you saying?
It won't surprise me you beating us and then losing this game, because that's what Arsenal does, isn't it? They win one game and then they go into the next game and they lose 2-0. So for me, I reckon this won't be an easy game. You should beat Brighton, but Brighton, as we've seen already, can be a problem for some teams. You'll need to turn up. I think you'll play the same team as you did against us, because it worked. But we'll just have to see. But I've just got a sneaky feeling that you're either going to draw it. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a draw today, more than anything. I'm not going to say lose or win. I'm going to say draw.
We play tomorrow, by the way, because Brighton played yesterday.
No, that's fair enough. Whenever you play, I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah, we were supposed to play today, but they changed it, I think, because of Brighton's game. Anyways, I agree with you. I get why you say that, because we did the same thing against Manchester United. We beat Manchester United, we got excited, and then the next day we lost to Villa 3-0. So if we lose to Brighton, it would be such an Arsenal thing to do.
Mm.
Now, I got two Arsenal fans here with me on two different ends of the spectrum. You got one guy in Brendan who is fully decided Arteta's not the man for him, and that he wants to see another manager come in. And you got Zane, who is still supporting the manager and saying that the problem is other things. And I agree with him to a certain extent. And I agree with both of you guys to a certain extent, but obviously you know which camp I'm closer to. Now, I'll let Brendan go first. Brendan, talk to me.
Yeah, pretty much just reiterating what Jem's just been saying there. It's a typical Arsenal thing to do. We probably will go and lose to Brighton, but I don't know. I just feel like we've got to go on a bit of a run there. We've got to get ourselves out of this predicament, and see what the January transfer window brings us, which I don't feel will be an awful lot personally. I think it'll be a 2-1 Arsenal victory. Brighton are a good attacking side. They tend to leave themselves open quite a lot. And if we play the same team as what we did against Chelsea, we just look so much more fluid, so much more better going forward. And, I think we'll have too much for Brighton personally.
Yeah, I swear that was Kai. When did it turn into Prime?
Is it Prime or Kai? It's prime.
I'm
Isn't
so
it?
confused.
It was that Kai, didn't
He
it?
keeps
Change,
using
the picture changed.
Kai's image to pull birds, isn't it? That's what he does.
Yo, Zane, talk to me.
Yeah. Personally, I think we can win the game, but we're gonna have to start fast. We're gonna have to attack them because we can't afford to sit back against Brighton because they will. We've seen how good they are at home this season. So I personally think we're gonna have to start fast against them, and I think Arteta should put the same team that he put out the last game against Chelsea. If he changes something, for me personally, I feel like he should keep Aubameyang on the bench and not ease him in because I think if he comes back, he could get injured again. But who knows? I don't know. He might change it up again. We don't know.
You know what?
Yeah.
I did my lineup earlier. Tell me what you guys think, Brendan. Everybody, Prime, Gem. I had the same lineup, but I took Bellerin out, and I brought in Ainsley for this game because I felt like they have pace. They have a lot more pace, and Ainsley might help with that. And I also took out who else did I take out? Did I take out Smith Rowe? No, I took out Lacazette, and I brought in Aubameyang, right? And I took out Smith Rowe, but then I put him back in afterwards because I felt like Smith Rowe might not play this game. One of Smith Rowe and Martinelli will get rest. I don't think all three, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Saka, will play again this game. Saka for sure he'll play. I don't think Smith Rowe and Martinelli will both start.
Why not though?
I think it'd be a good time for Smith Rowe to get a roll on, like because he started the last game, he played well. If he kicks on, starts another game, you don't know.
Why'd you take Prime out?
That's not prime.
Bro, my internet is acting up. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's not prime.
Was that you or was that Prime?
That was Kai. That's prime.
Prime's using Kai's pictures to pull birds.
Okay, so if I could show you guys the lineup, I'll show you guys what I picked. Is he at work? Where is he?
That's so confusing.
With prime.
Let me show you guys what lineup I ended up deciding.
How you doing, guys? You good?
This is the final lineup that I went with. I ended up putting Saka, Emil Smith Rowe, and Martinelli, but I felt like in a situation like this, he might take Smith Rowe out and play Lacazette again as the 10.
Saka on the right, so he's so good on the right. Saka.
Yeah, he's really good on the right.
Yeah, he cuts in as well. He's really good when he cuts in.
I don't see William getting a start. I don't see David Luiz getting a start. I don't even see Pepe getting a start. So Saka to me is going to be on the right. On the left, I could see Aubameyang on the left. I could also see Lacazette starting up top. But to me, one of these two are going to get rested because I don't think they both came back from injuries. They were out for like 6 weeks at the beginning of the season.
You know what?
But why change a winning team? You know, this
it will be because of the two days. You know, for players to play straight after 2 days.
It's recovery.
I don't think Chelsea will as well. I think they'll change around.
Yeah, who came up with that from the FA, man? That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You guys had 1 day.
Yeah, we had 1.5 days, wasn't it? It was 1.5 days. Yeah.
But
we play tonight.
Yeah.
If he does change it, this is what annoys me about this manager. Because why change a winning team? Why? You know, at the end of the day, yes, I get the whole break situation and how we're playing quite a few games in a short space of time. But while we're on a roll, play the same players. Play the same players.
Are you on a roll though? I mean, winning one game mean you're on the roll.
When you win one game, yeah.
Yeah, at the end,
what you call a roll.
Yeah, but they beat Chelsea. They beat Chelsea, man. It's not like they beat like some. I mean, we did play like a dead team. On paper, it's a confidence boost.
Yeah, but when we beat Man United, we beat Man United through a penalty. We destroyed Chelsea. We destroyed Chelsea.
We look like the old Arsenal.
About destroyer.
That's
we
the
look like
hard
the old
thing,
Arsenal.
I mean, technically, you destroyed Lampard. You didn't really destroy Chelsea. It's
Listen.
that team was set up.
Let's be serious.
Somebody said
championship
earlier, they came on, Sahas came on earlier, guys, and he said, yes, we beat Chelsea, but if you actually watch the way Chelsea played, it looked like they never wathed us play, the way they set up.
Chelsea were poor. No question about it. Chelsea gave us. Chelsea looked like they sort of come out of the pitch, and they already thought that they'd won the game before they even kicked the ball. Don't get me wrong about that, but let's not take away the fact that we was very, very good against Chelsea, and Smith Rowe in that 10 as well, right? I said it to you on the stream when we was doing the watch along. He's the link between attack and defence. He's the link that we've been missing. So I don't want to see anybody else playing in that 10 role. He has to start for me.
Yeah, but Brendan, this is where you got. This is where you got to be careful, mate, because we do it at Chelsea as well. You get your youth players playing well for 1 or 2 games, but then you expect consistency from them, and that's not always going to happen because they're going to come in and out of games where they're not. They will, they may start games and not perform to the level they did the game before, and that's just down to their whole understanding and learning of the game.
Brendan, you still want that out, right?
Martinelli, ever since he came into the team, he's been the most consistent because one thing about him is his work ethic.
He's your best player.
Yeah, I mean, the guy just keeps running all day. Like
he's been player of the season so far for you guys. He's only been here for that one game.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Saka's been our best player. That's kind of harsh to say he's been our best player.
Who did you say? Who did you say to be best player? Saka. Oh yeah, Saka. Yeah, I forgot about Saka. Yeah. That's true.
Saka's the gift that keeps on giving to us.
Oh, we said Xhaka. Xhaka, you having a fucking laugh?
No. Xhaka, that guy, he's done. He's done. In my opinion, that guy, he's on his way out because he takes no ownership over. Look at this. I was watching Brendan's stream, right? And Turkish said something that really caught my eye. He said, as a footballer, when you perform bad and you're on the pitch and you're a player, you say to yourself, I'm disappointed today because I didn't. Our team didn't win, and I'm disappointed in the way we performed. Right? If you're playing with your friends or you're playing at your school or whatever level you're playing at, you're disappointed in yourself. These players don't look like they even care.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no level of anger. There's no level of emotion I see from anybody. The only time I see emotion is when I feel like they're getting disrespected by opponents, and they should get disrespected because they're losing every single game and smiling at the end of it.
Oh, Egal, some part commenting Xhaka is the best midfielder after Party for Arsenal.
He's too slow. He's too slow in the game. He's too slow for the Premier League.
If you take Granit Xhaka's best attributes and you put him into a midfielder that actually has some mobility, you could say he's a good midfielder. He has good parts to his game, but no, he's not a complete midfielder. To me, to be a good midfielder, you have to be a complete midfielder. Yes, he might have been our second best midfielder at that point last season, but this point right now, the man that we're watching, he's nowhere near our second best midfielder. To me, even Elneny is a better midfielder than him this season.
Yeah.
Did you see the tweets that I shared on my stream as well of some of the Arsenal fans saying that Granit Xhaka's captain material again. Granit Xhaka is not a liability. Anybody who says otherwise is deluded. I just don't understand what all this is about. Our fan base is an embarrassment. Let's be real. Our fan base is an embarrassment.
Well, let's hope he goes to Inter Milan. Let's hope he goes there.
Pray. Hopefully Bellerin can go to Barcelona. Mustafi's going there.
He will go back there.
Would you guys
you know what your fan base?
Would you take Nduzi back?
Brandon, your fan base is what the Chelsea board want our fan base to be like, man.
Yeah, no, don't happen.
And to answer your question earlier, Kai, yes, I am still
Arteta
out.
What do you mean by that, Kai? Kai, what do you mean by that? Our fan base is what?
Bro, why is my internet acting up today?
No. We can hear you. It's just I wanted to ask you. What did you say again?
He said that Arsenal's fans are what Chelsea's board want Chelsea fans to act like.
To be like, yeah.
Jem, what does he mean by that?
I thought he said Lampard in.
He's joking.
Jem, what does he mean by that?
He's joking.
No, but when he says something like that, that's a statement. That's a bold statement. There's something behind that.
Because the way you guys overreact about everything. And when Chelsea bought £259 million worth of players, you'd expect us to do that. You know what I mean? And Evelyn Lampard and all this crap because everyone apparently Kai believes some of the Chelsea fans bumlick Lampard as well. And you just expected a reaction.
Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Xhaka is better at certain parts of his game than Elneny, but Elneny is a better midfielder than him overall at this point because you can't be a midfielder without the ability to actually run around and stop somebody from progressing.
He's too slow for the Premier League. He is too slow for the Premier League.
Egal,
yeah,
you the man problem in going back sort of like the 8 years actually.
Your thing's cutting.
Sort your blimmin' Wi-Fi out. Your McDonald's Wi-Fi, mate.
It's not fucking McDonald's, man. It's Sky, and I'm getting money out of them. Hang on, bear
Even
with me.
worse. Yeah,
Hang on,
Harry
what team?
Kane.
What team do you support?
Man United, he
He
supports.
supports Chelsea.
He supports
He loves-
Chelsea
he loves-
or
he
Man
loves
United.
Maybe
Timo
United,
Werner,
United
He's a
fan.
Timo Werner
Which
fan.
one? Indiana. Indiana supports Man United.
I was going to say, if he's a Chelsea fan, I thought they spent enough to try and get decent Wi-Fi at least.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Guys, we got another person here who hasn't said anything yet. 1 second. Let me just add them in before I get to Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
Lawal.
Lawal. Gotta say anything.
You got
People
5
just like-
seconds.
They don't say anything. They just sit there.
Oh,
He's gone. He's gone. Yo, I got some creepy little kid coming on every time saying, "Can
What's
I
his
join?
name?
Can I join?"
What's
I don't know
his
his
name?
name. I'm not gonna say his name.
Is it begin with? Does it begin with E? By any chance?
I can't remember.
No, it's like he's
Honest,
using like
honest.
his mom's account.
Yeah, because I've got one that comes on my show as well. I've spoken to him already.
Mm.
Indiana, he fixed
I
it.
don't speak.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Indiana, get your point
Honest.
across. What were you saying? We got a Man United problem at Arsenal.
Wait, hang on. Should I just say, Gal, if you do get just on that problem you just had there, if you come up with someone who comes on a video and he's like all dressed up with just you can see his eyes, right, and he's called "That's Hi, It's Me," right? Get rid of him because he came on my channel. I gave him a chance to say anything, and all he did was show a picture of a knob on a t-shirt. Oh yeah, I see. On I see that.
on
a charity channel as well. And I'm like, well done, you're the biggest nip on YouTube.
People are just
Oh, wow.
people are just sad, man.
Yo, these guys were here. I still have the stream up to this day. You guys can go see it. I had to blur it out, but this guy came on. I swear to God, he looked like a pedophile. His name was Ozo Out, and then what do you call it?
No, his
He came
name
on
was
the stream.
Ozil 10.
Oi,
probably
He came on the stream. He sat
be
there.
nice.
I said, "How you doing?" And then immediately when I
anything.
looked up at the score, he didn't say anything. I looked up at the score. I looked back. All I see is 2 people getting anally penetrated. I was like, what?
God.
Tag team BBC, man. That's
Yeah,
what
going
it
back to the game anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Stephen, tell us.
Let's go
Yeah.
back to the game. What happened to Steve? What happened to Brendan's internet? Okay, I can see you now.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Brandon is okay. He's just attentive, man. He
He's-
must
he's
be
in-
inside.
Was that Jim?
So, what do you think about the game? Did you think you're an Arsenal fan? What do you think?
Yeah.
What, the Brighton game or the Chelsea
Yeah,
game?
this game.
just gone?
The game we're talking
This
about.
game.
Right, versus Arsenal.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. Let's put it that way. Last time we went to Brighton, we got pretty much embarrassed. Yes, and it's like at the minute I'm taking one game at a time,
I'm gonna send you the link.
and I'm not. Yeah, like I said, I'm not getting ahead of myself. We
just
still got
waiting.
a lot of problems with the squad. And
I'm just
Okay.
waiting
do I
for
trust?
Mopay or disgrace.
Do I trust Arteta that he'll keep the same squad? Do I trust Arteta will keep the same lineup? I don't, to be honest. But if that doesn't tell him, if the last result doesn't tell him that squad needs to stay as it is, then I don't know what will.
Can I ask you?
1 second. Let me just read this super chat. 1 second, Indiana. Let me just read the super chat.
Ronnie,
Daniel,
you
a
said
Chelsea
that.
fan, says, "My guy Egal, glad to see you smiling," with 2 smiley emojis. And
That won't be.
my
That won't be
guy.
Yeah,
Glenn Murray
They're
scores a
playing
winning
later
header
on. Don't worry.
and wins with 1-0.
I honestly
Havertz
think
to
Arsenal are gonna
Liverpool.
win, man. I think Arsenal are gonna win.
Listen,
Yeah.
the question I got for Arsenal fans is: are the players that bad, or is the balance completely wrong in this
We've got a
side?
special
The
guest coming
balance,
on
I think
now.
the balance.
Both.
We've got a special guest.
I think it's
No. The
to
reason
be honest,
I say this is
No, it's Ram.
hang on, Kai. The reason I say this is because if you look at a player like Jordan Henderson, let's be honest, nobody wanted that player 3 or 4 seasons ago. Nobody wanted him at all. Liverpool fans didn't want him. Football's all about balance. So what I'm asking you is, are you like 3 or 4 players away from getting the players you've got to click, or is it for you? Is it a clear out and you need like a starting 11?
We need honestly, we need a major overhaul because some of these players you can see they don't want to. So half of them don't even want to play here. Willian, Louise, I don't see any commitment for them whatsoever. In terms of like, you can also say we'll not have the right balance, and clearly we haven't got the right balance. We've got no midfield whatsoever, right? And we've pretty much got what Xhaka, El Neni, and then you've got youngsters like Willett and Smith Rowe as pretty much backup. So Ozil sort of a replacement we need. We need a top quality sort of midfielder in that sense. But then saying with the balance is that the way we've been setting up in games like the Everton game and that long streak where we kept losing every single one, is that's not down to the players as well. That's down to the manager and how he sets them up. So it's a mixture of the both, right? Arteta's not fully to blame for this, right? Though I say I'm Arteta out. I can see it's not just him. It's the players they don't want to play, and then they don't look like they're interested in the system he wants them to play in. And then you've got the board at the top. They've got no experience how to handle the situation we're in whatsoever.
They wanted to play against Chelsea, though, didn't they?
You could say the whole balance. You could hang on. You could just say the whole balance
the reason
from
why
the
they
top
wanted
of the
to play
club
against
to the
Chelsea,
bottom
though.
is not right.
No, but the reason why they wanted to play against Chelsea is because you put youth in the team, and the youth they just have so much energy in their system, and they're ready to play.
They've got
It
nothing
doesn't
to
matter.
lose,
That's not what you
It
want.
doesn't matter.
But the thing
No,
is
but you
that
guys
they've got
did it at the back end of last season. Back end of last season, you guys gave Greenwood a lot more chances, and he showed you guys that he was better than Lingard, Pereira, and all these other guys that you had.
Egal,
So
if
it's
Chelsea
a similar
showed up,
situation.
if you set up the
Look,
same
the only-
team, one second, Steve. You set up the same team, with the youngsters. Yes, I feel like there's definitely a massive percentage rise. There definitely is 100%. That's facts. There's definitely a percentage rise when you add in the youngsters over the dead experienced players, right? But Chelsea didn't turn up, and I think if they did turn up, it would have been a different story. But
No, it's
it's
an excuse. It's
you
an
look,
excuse.
no, 1 second, Kai, 1 second, Kai, 1 second. You lot you look 1 second. You lot took advantage of a bad situation, which is what you lot should be doing anyway when teams fuck up, like Chelsea did. They didn't turn up. If they did turn you can laugh, but it's facts. If they turned up, it would have been a different story.
Would have been
But Arsenal
6-0,
played. 1 second. Arsenal played well, and they did what they had to do. The one thing they do need is consistency, and they need to be doing this week in, week out, because there are always going to be more than two disadvantages in a team, because consistency is one, and leveling and balance in a team. And it didn't really look like Chelsea had that, but they do. They just didn't turn up, and Arsenal took advantage of that and played well. That's what happened.
Okay, let's go to Ram. Let's go to Ram.
No.
Ram, and then Brandon after.
Yo. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Obviously, the win against Chelsea is going to be a morale boost, no doubt. It's a derby at the end of the day, so you guys have to take some heart into that.
Oh,
but
Will has spoken. Sorry, Will has spoken. He said Lampard out.
So just because you waste £2, just because you waste £2 does not mean it's the answer.
It is the answer. It's championship.
I give the guy more time. Everyone knows my style.
Of course you would. You're a Liverpool fan. You would love to give him more time.
No, but I back managers at the end of the day. Like, you need to give the guy time. He's a young manager.
Our 5 Premier Leagues and more than 70 trophies in 10 years says otherwise, my man.
Yeah, but hang on. You can't just expect to get a new manager next season and go straight and win the title with that.
No,
squad.
we cannot. But we're also regressing under this one. Anyway, it's Arsenal's stream. It
doesn't work like that anymore.
You're not regressing though, and to be fair, there is a comparison to Arsenal and Man United. If you look at Ollie's first season, it wasn't until the end of the season when he went on a run when everyone was like, "Okay, something's happening here." If Frank does that with Chelsea this season.
Possible, Indiana. It's possible, but
this is what I'm saying. The same with Arteta. Okay, Arteta. I can't see Arsenal going on the run Man United did, but if you pick up, say in your next 10 games, you pick up 5 wins and 3 draws. That's an improvement to what you've had. So
It
that's
is.
still progress. That's still moving forwards.
It is, but let's not talk about Chelsea anyway. It's not worth it.
No, I was talking about Arsenal. I was
Okay.
relating it to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
so
Then
let's
to be
go.
also
Let's
to
go
be,
to
I
Brendan.
will
Let's
just
go to
say this
Brendan, guys.
to be.
Guys,
Go
it's
on.
Stephen. It's Brendan's turn. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
go.
Brendan.
Just to answer your question there, Indiana, on the first point that you made, right? I think we need a clear out in this squad. There are players in this squad that still start games consistently that have let managers down year in, year out, i.e. your Granit Xhakas, your Hector Bellerins, your Mustafis, players like that. So I do think it's a clear out. And at the same time, while I understand what you're saying about Manchester United and they've gone on a bit of a run, I can't see this with Arsenal because we don't have enough strength in depth in our squad. Our squad is horrendous. If you look at our bench is probably one of the worst benches in the Premier League. It is just full of kids, and we need massive improvements to the squad. And like I said, I don't think Arteta's the man to take us forward anyway because he's made too many mistakes this year.
See you, Jim.
Cheers, later, boys.
Sweet, Jim.
You say that, but you look what Ollie had. Lindelof. We had an underperforming Jesse Lingard, Phil Jones, Ashley Young, Juan Matters. Like, what I'm saying is, if you manage to have, think about this, the signings that you've brought in under Arteta, you wouldn't say they were bad players, right? You would say that, the Partey's, you would say Partey's probably the best midfielder you've brought in years, I would say, for his position.
Are we including the ones that
who's
are in
outside
the
in the rain?
contracts as well?
I can hear rain from someone's mic.
It's Zane.
Yeah.
It's Zane.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is, over the next few windows, if you can pick up one or two, I have to look at it from what I see from my team and my manager, and I see from my manager, we've had the best transfer windows since Fergie, because even Fergie wasn't backed by the Glazers his last few windows. What I'm saying to you is, if Arteta can slowly buy in the right players each window, he can refuse players he just does not want, and you only get the one sign in rather than the 3 or 4. You just have to look at it as a long process. There is a long process with Arsenal because of how far you have fallen. What I would say is,
I'll get what
with the youth, youth coming in, he probably has more to pick from in terms of being able to balance the side out. And I agree, because Egal's and Kesh, you've been saying this for ages. Pick the youth, get some of these youth players in, get them some experience. And this might make your other players, your top players, if you like, the Aubameyangs, a little bit more hungry. And that's probably what you need to do. But as far as this game goes, who do you see as the game winners, as the important players for this game? Because I know none of you back the Xhakas and the likes of those
I'm going to say his name again. I said it on Saturday, Smith Rowe. Before the game, I was saying this guy should play. There's nothing. Everyone's so bad in this team. Just give the kid a chance. You know what? He's proven all of us right. The kids have done us proud, and I want to see the kids do it again, because the kids play for the badge. Unlike the first team players, these players, the kids know how it means to play for Arsenal.
You can see the fight in the kids. You can see it.
I think the mixture of that is that the fact they've got they've got nothing to lose, have they?
Yeah.
Right. All they do is end up playing in the under-23s if they don't perform anyway. So they've got nothing to lose and everything to prove. So of course they're going to be hungry. They're going to want that fight. But the problem is that with our main starters, and this is why it's great playing the youngsters, but it then becomes a lot of Arsenal fans or just general fans in general. They then put so much pressure on them, and for me, it's just that with our main starters, yes, we've got the kids as backup, but I'd rather have someone there as a squad player. We just don't have that squad depth.
That's the balance. We
don't have the squad depth to get our main starters competing in their positions.
Stephen, one thing I say, I just want to say something quick. The perfect squad depth player I'd like to see next summer Arsenal sign is James Ward-Prowse. I really loved him.
Sam, I'd take him at United. Do
Matt Damons.
you know this guy, right? He's guaranteeing you 7 goals a season in free kicks, whether that's an assist,
And
a cross in the box,
assists,
or in the back of the net.
Don't
Like
forget
he's a player
corners.
club should be looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
corners as well. Yeah. His delivery and his free kicks, his goal scoring. He guarantees you 7-8 goals a season.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. First things first, Chelsea fans in the house. Arsenal's heavily linked to my guy Lamptey. Why did you guys let him go?
Because one for me, he's too short, man. Too short.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you why they let him go. I'll tell you why they let him go.
That's why Messi and Maradona were terrible players.
Yeah.
They're too short.
Messi's not tall enough. He's absolutely shit.
Can I finish my point? He's a right back. Messi and Maradona are attackers. Anyhow,
Xavi and
also,
Pirlo.
we had Reece James. Can you just ramp for the love of Mother Mary? Man. Let me finish my point.
No, let him go. Let him finish.
And the main reason is we have Reece James and we have Aspilicueta at the moment. When is he going to get to play, right? So, and he wants to be a starter. He wants to develop as a player. So I understand what he left. Would I take him back? No, because I think Reece James is a very, very, very talented player.
Who got outdone by Arsenal, and you could have done with him.
Well, that's because the manager's an idiot. They played him with even injured, man. That's different.
One second.
Hang on.
You do need him.
No, 1 second. Let me. Can I say my point? Because I've been waiting for a while. Yeah. Listen. All I'm gonna say is, it's all good people making jokes and cracks at Chelsea for letting him go, but yes, he's turned into this player that looks bright for the future. But when they're youngsters and are at a big club, in the eyes of any major clubs, they're not seen to be presenting the levels that they expect, and then they let them go, and that's how it is. You can't say it's Chelsea's fault for letting him go, and they thought they underestimated him and all that. No, they just probably didn't want him, right? And they wanted him to go because he wasn't performing the way they wanted him to. That's why. So all this hoaxing and joking, because you see it a lot these days when youngsters leave clubs and they tend to perform well in others, and they get bantered. And it shouldn't be happening. Because
how can you tell me you're not a blue, man? How can you tell me you're not a blue, man?
This is a Chelsea trait. Hang on a minute. This is a Chelsea trait. This is what they do. They buy. When you look at their history, right? You look at their history. Lukaku's, Salah's, De Bruyne's, like they don't give these players time enough to develop because that's not their model. Their model is to buy in proven players. That's why he's not there.
You just named 3 players, though. You just named 3 players. We got Hazard from Lille, and we made him one of the best in the world.
Okay. Yeah, but Kai, that's not the point. It's just that
you also ruined Sean White-Phillips as well.
Don't monitor these youngsters properly, and then when they get sent into the same division clubs with big names, then they get transformed into these beasts. And realistically, that's the only reason you lot should be getting bantered. Because of that reason exactly.
They can't get bantered because they have a buyback. They have a buyback. They have first refusal. So at the end of the day, if they want him, they can get him back. Easy.
Yeah, we've been doing that with all of the players from our academy and players that we buy.
They can't get
Ever since Salah and Kevin De Bruyne, they've been making sure they don't get burned again.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they should be doing that because look at the talent that's on hold there. Look at all the things they've done in the space of 3 years.
What people forget to say, right? Whenever we sold these 2 players, we won the Premier League at the same season.
No, it was the right time to sell them.
We had a very good team. We had a very good team. We didn't need them, and they weren't performing the way that they were now. If Salah stayed at Chelsea, he would have been the player that he is today. You know what I mean? He needed the game to develop.
If Lamptey stayed, in my opinion, he wouldn't have gotten the game time. You're right, but he did come on against us. He did come on against us at home in that game where you guys beat us 2-1 and changed the game a little bit defensively because Reece Nelson was ripping Emerson and the other guys.
But it's like like you said with De Bruyne, Salah, and now Lamptey and all that. Chelsea have got a well-known talent of bringing this talent in, but unfortunately, with the way their model works, it's better for them as players to go off to a lower club and get the playing time, get the experience. Otherwise, they're never going to be coming to the players that we know now. Kevin De Bruyne wouldn't be the player he weren't now if he left.
It's all about development. It's all about development.
That's why hang on, this is why I also said Hudson-Odoi, when he was offered to Bayern Munich, if I said it was Hudson-Odoi, I would have taken it
He's
because I
gonna
would have got the game
Yeah.
time.
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to mention some other players. Okay, I'm not going to mention Lewis Dunk, even though I have his picture. So let's just not talk about him because, in my opinion, he's not going nowhere.
Oh, sorry. By the way, as
He's
well,
not going nowhere.
Hudson-Odoi as well.
fraud.
I don't get why Hudson-Odoi has not been playing more. I don't get
He's
it.
class, Stephen. He's one for the future, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Man should go to Milan,
Talk about that
bro.
another
Should go to Milan.
Steve.
It's because
But,
he's not from a Poch family like Mount and has a big nose, man. That's
But
why.
it's not even. It's
No,
not even that. Can I just say
stop,
something?
stop,
No,
stop,
Egal, can I just say something? No. When I first came into this community, right, everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, they knocked down that Callum Hudson-Odoi after his injury." I was kind of looking at them like, "Are you mad?" Because this guy, I know he's been injured. I know he's injured, and it was a mad injury that he got, and everyone was saying, "Nah, he's not going to do
No,
this
but
and
yeah.
that at Chelsea."
Ads,
But look at him
I'm
now.
trying to get
Whenever
away
he's
from the
played this
conversation.
season, 1 second ago, when he's
Ads,
played, he's
take
fought
it,
for his
take it
shirt.
Wait, let
slow,
him finish.
please.
Let him
And I,
finish.
1
Egal,
second
let him
ago,
I'm not
finish.
trying
I've
to
been,
talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi. That's the issue.
yeah, but I've
Though.
been trying to say this from the beginning.
I'm
All
trying
right,
to move it on. I'm trying to move it on. You can have first say on the Brighton players. I just want to mention some of their players because we all talk about Lampete's quality, but I feel like this kid here,
Ben White.
Ben White,
Yeah.
would walk
Overrated.
into a lot of teams.
No,
He's
he's not
not
even
overrated, bro. He's
Bro, if you
he's
see
a
him,
decent defender. Allow him.
if you see him, if you looked at him in the championship last season, he is a quality player.
He's
And remember,
commanding,
He
bro.
is a quality player. He is a quality player. But we've
how
seen
is he
this all the
overrated if
time.
he's quality player?
Let me speak then. Let me speak. Listen, you lot are saying this all now. He can do this and that. That when he gets into the first division team, for example, Liverpool, Man United, or Chelsea, then he starts messing up. People are going to question him. So
Man's
don't dash out the hype. Don't dash out all of the hype right now.
Whoa.
You're dashing out good
21.
hype.
He's got
Okay.
6 years
Okay.
old. Time. He's still this good.
Sick. So you're dashing out all the hype now, and then when he messes up,
Let
you're not going
Steve
to
go
criticize
next.
him.
Let Steve go next. I
I
agree
think
with
we
you
should
to
be.
a certain extent.
Exactly.
He's
No
right.
monster.
To be honest, with the way things have been going this season, we shouldn't be worried about him. We should be worried about Welbeck scoring.
Oh,
No. I'm not
This
worried
is
about
true.
him. I'm not worried about him. I'm just saying he's a quality player, and I would think as much as we talk about Lamptey being a player we should look at to sign, he would be a good signing too for any of our teams.
Of course he
I
would.
agree.
I'll
But
take
all I'm
him at
saying
Liverpool,
is,
man. I'll
but
take
all
him
I'm
at
saying
Liverpool.
is, all this. Listen, I know he's a quality player, yeah, and you lot all come down on me when I say one thing. It's
No,
facts. You
I
lot are
agree with
hyping him
you.
up, and then when he messes up, are you not going to criticize him?
Of course, but that's part of the
Of course.
You're not
banter.
going to criticize
The
him.
whole point.
And that's a youngster. That's a youngster you're hyping up right now. In a few years down the line, who knows
No,
where
I
his
think-
career will take
no,
him. Let me finish. You're talking over me. You're not letting me finish. Listen, down the line when his career, listen, we don't know where it's going to take him. We don't know where it's going to take him. We don't know where a move can change a player. That's facts. We've seen it many, many times. And we don't know where it's going to take him. So let's calm down the hype and let's see if he can perform at another club. I think he's quality.
Wait. You can
I think he's
only
quality.
base football on right now.
But I'm saying,
but I understand what you're saying. I get it. Like, you don't want to hype up these players because they could go on and just not progress anymore or fall apart,
Stagnant,
what have you.
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, as football fans, we have to base footballers and football teams in the moment. That's what you have to do, because if we didn't do that, then we'd just be talking about how many Premier Leagues Man United have won forever. We'd still be talking about, Arsenal fans would still be talking about Henry instead of the problems they got. Like, Kai would still be talking about how much he loves Frank Lampard. Do you know what I mean? And now everything's changed. So football's all about the moment.
To be honest, I keep.
What he's saying.
To be honest, just to make me feel better, I keep talking about Henry already.
What he's saying is true. Because if his price tag was 60 million, he went to Liverpool tomorrow. The first game he messes up, everyone's going to get on his case.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Is that as we've had this amount of young players have got into an England side, and we put pressure on them, right? And then they don't end up performing the way they're supposed to.
Don't bring up the England thing, because that
no. But the thing is that fans in general, I just feel that when the youngsters come through, you should just let them do what they've got to do. Right?
Nurture the youth. That's what you got to do.
Don't put so much pressure on them and just let them grow. This is why when Martinelli's come back, I don't want Arsenal fans to say, "Oh, Martinelli's back. Let's see, we're going to push on. He's going to do everything, like push us forward and get everyone competing."
But I think this is a thing that English fans and the English culture, the football culture, this is our problem. I don't think we understand what a top class centre back and how we nurture a centre back is. Like when we see
It's
it,
because it's pushed by the media, Ram.
exactly
It's pushed in your face.
You know who's the best example? Mika Richards. Mika Richards was hyped up to be the next coming of Rio Ferdinand. He was only about 19 years old.
Yeah.
And then once he started making mistakes, the media got onto him, and they're saying that he's not going to live up to what he thought he was going to be. But the kid's only about 23 years old when they started having a go at him. Like when you're around about,
well, it's like when we took Theo Walcott to a World Cup about 16 years old.
When it comes to
Theo Walcott, the new Henri. That's what. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
When it comes to centre backs, with the English media and us as English fans, right? For some of us, we always expect them to be at the age of like 23, 24, like midfielders or strikers, to be at the top level when that clearly is not going to be the case. It's normally around about 27, 28 where they're going to be at the top level, where they've got enough experience with them to go and perform at that elite level. Like we've seen, I think because we've been blinded by the fact that in 2006, we had such a brilliant crop of defenders like Ledley King, Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. You can even put Jamie Carragher in there as a fifth or fourth choice centre back.
No, we're not doing that.
Stupid. That is just stupid.
Okay, so I had another player I want to talk about before I get to Welbeck or any of those other guys. Mope. There's this guy Basuma. I think
Mope, you a cheat. You're a disgrace. So Brighton will get relegated.
I think Manchester United fans were interested in him. I think we're interested in him. Even with Chelsea, would you guys even take him at Chelsea? I don't know, but this guy is a quality midfielder, and I think he's one of the most underrated midfielders. Advanced statistics tell you that he is one of the best at winning the ball back and creating attacks from defensive positions. And you know what? It's just underrated what some midfielders can do that are not the touted midfielders in the league, like the Ndidis and the Contes. I would say he's a bracket underneath those guys.
I think the form he's in.
I feel it's like a situation like with Højbjerg when he went to Tottenham. Right, he came from Southampton, and now look what he's doing at Tottenham. Right, obviously apart from yesterday.
I put him in a signing of the season.
I would say Basuma, he's a good player. I wouldn't say he's a bracket under Ndidi and Kante though. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
they have their own bracket, bro. They're world class players.
I think we're looking at it as he's having a great season. If he can play at this level for the rest of the season, let's say he plays at this rest of the season and Man United buy him. Put it like this: Fred will go on the bench, or McTominay will go on the bench. Like that's if he can keep that level. But I think we're being a bit too reactionary with this season.
I don't get.
With him.
Honestly, if Man United went in for him, I don't get why. You've got Van der Beek, you've got McTominay, you've got Fred.
Because we don't have that player.
Because they're stupid. And
this is why. Hang on. This is why I was just saying. This is what. Why you bought that? I remember when Donny van der Beek came in, and I was speaking to a couple of Arsenal fans on my channel. Is that they were absolutely astonished that they managed to do it, and it was a really good deal. We've hardly seen him play at all. So what was the fucking point?
Can I tell you something, Stephen? The facts are the fact. 1 second ago, we're going off topic here. Can I just finish my point? Listen, Van der Beek.
Go ahead.
Listen, Stephen. Van der Beek is sixth option, and that's facts. He's sixth option in the eyes of Ollie. And I'll tell you this now: Basuma comes in, there's no point in. I don't ever see Van der Beek playing again. I think McTominay or Fred definitely be dropped. I think, in my opinion, if I was Ollie, I'd drop McTominay because the consistency levels are not good enough. Yeah, Ram, you can banner me all you want, man. It's facts. In fact, Fred is better than McTominay.
For 1 second? I just want to say goodbye to Brendan. Brendan's headed out. Brendan, have a good day, bro.
Take care, Brendan, man.
Do you know why we bought him? We bought him, and I'll just say this quickly because I know we're going off topic, but we bought him because Pogba and his agent have already had a word with the club saying Pogba wants to leave at the end of the season. He got offered to us, and we thought, okay, let's buy Van der Beek because if Pogba goes, we've got another replacement in midfield. But back to Arsenal,
guys. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Now, moving on, the final two players that I wanted to look at. This is Manchester United connected, so we'll talk about Danny Welbeck and Neil Mope. You can get it in now, Stephen.
What? Yeah,
Go on.
Morpie, you're a cheat. You're a disgrace. I hope Brighton get relegated.
There you go.
Oh, do you know
And
what?
then
Part of me actually wants him to do it. Not actually injure any
where's
of our
Ty?
players, but just be really dirty during the game, just to
Please.
spark Ty off. It would be funny as hell.
Can I give my thoughts on Welbeck quickly for like
Go
1
on.
minute? All right, I'll say this right now.
Yeah,
If he never had
before you go.
injuries, if he never,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
go on,
whoa.
Egal. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, before
Go on,
you
Egal.
go, I was gonna say I know he was highly rated, but what was the comparisons for him?
Darren Bent.
Really?
Darren, we're not joking. Darren
Do
Bent.
you know, like we're going on a lift and you get that awkward silence?
Yeah.
I
just-
thought his comparisons were.
And Ramsey's the
they were
one.
saying the
Ramsey's
next
always the one that kills it.
Yo,
That's
what do you think?
That's 100%. That's Ram. Ram is the killjoy of
Go on,
the
Egal.
No,
Egal,
it wasn't
what do you
that.
think?
It was the
That's
Danny
the best
Welbeck
thing.
comparison.
Darren Bent.
Okay, go ahead. Ads. You were saying before he got
Right, I
injured.
want to say this now. As someone who grew up watching him at United, I think it was definitely one of the youngsters that looked very, very promising. He did win Young Player of the Season award before he left, and sadly Van Gaal didn't want him to be part of the plans. He got rid of him, went to Arsenal, and
Later
this
Sunday.
guy has missed. This guy has missed more than many games. Many games. He's missed like probably 900 days of football in his whole career. In the times he shouldn't have actually been playing. And when he did play for Arsenal, he was all right. And then obviously after the injury, he tried coming back into the game, and he just wasn't him. And then Watford, he scored. I think he scored 2 goals because of his injuries. He played only a few games. I think he played 5 games for Watford in a whole, and he scored 3 goals. The overhead kick was brilliant. The overhead kick, I think with that, in his late stages of the career, it definitely proves that he's matured as a player. Because when he was younger, he did do stupid things. But there's no denying the talent. I just think if he wasn't injured, he would have been way better than he is at the moment.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't. I honestly didn't understand.
Arsenal
killed him. Arsenal
Get
killed
out
him.
of here.
Yes,
No,
they
we
did.
didn't.
Egal. Wait. There was a massive problem at Arsenal with injuries at the time. And I'm blaming it. I don't know whether it's the training pitch, whether it's the training itself, the medical stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. But at the
There's
time,
something
you
wrong.
had like the Ramseys, the Wiltshires. Everyone's getting injured all the time. So yes, I'm blaming
It's still
Arsenal.
happening now. Partey had
Yeah.
a clean bit of health before he turned up.
That's what I'm saying. There's a problem there.
All those
Right,
brilliant
and
players
no one
as well. And
investigates it.
Indiana, and I'll tell you this now, mate.
It's like-
I'll tell you this now, right? Welbeck, he has matured as a player, and obviously, as we both watched him, United fans, he was promising. He was definitely promising. Definitely one of the most promising players. The early stages of the 10s, but he's fucked because if he wasn't injured, I think he'd definitely be one of the best British players in the 10s. But he was brilliant as a youngster. He was a brilliant player as a youngster, and then Arsenal fucked him up.
Nah, get
Honestly,
out.
honestly,
They
to be
did.
honest,
Okay, cool. What messed him up then? What messed him up?
honestly,
I think the technical call. I don't think. I
He
get
was-
what you
he
mean.
was-
Physically, he was a beast. Like the guy was fast, strong.
He was not clinical.
Yeah, that's the thing. That clinical edge. He wasn't. Like, I remember the guy tried to chip Manuel Neuer and looked like an absolute fool. Like his I would say his composure and his clinical edge that he had was not at that elite level. I think, in my opinion, he's an Origi level player. If he wasn't fit, if he was fit,
You're saying he's a
an Origi
backup
level
on a good team.
Yeah, literally.
That
And
is fair. That's
he'll
fair.
be a very
That is
good
fair.
option. But the guy, one thing that limits him is that clinical edge and that composure that I think he lacked. Maybe he's getting it now, but I still think.
I hear you. I hear you, Ram. I definitely feel like he's definitely one of the best backup options in the league.
He
the only
messed
thing
up.
the only thing I
He
didn't
messed
get
up
with
in the final
Welbeck is
No, he can't be because he's never fit enough.
hang on.
No,
The only
he
thing
messed
I
up in
didn't
the
get.
final third, though. Go ahead.
I mean, the only thing,
Steven.
the only thing I didn't get with Welbeck is why he didn't do what I do, which is book a bed space in the hospital.
You might as
Because
well.
he was already
The amount of
allocated.
times he was off injured, and I'm like, seriously.
I think that was in every Arsenal player's contract when they signed.
Yeah,
But he's definitely he's come out because I do monitor. What goes on with him, though, because I do monitor.
Egal, it is true,
There
man.
was,
How
there was
many
more quality
players
in the
of
treatment
Arsenal?
room than there was on the pitch.
Lads, 1 second.
Okay, guys.
I do monitor his move. 1 second ago, I was going to take like 10 seconds. I do monitor what he does and what he's doing currently at Brighton. And a quote that came out was that he still feels young and he's ready to do good things at Brighton. He's doing okay. He has been doing good at Brighton. And that chip, that was beautiful. It was a nice goal. And I think he definitely can do something in the last stages of career at Brighton. I do think he can.
Wait, Egal, have you seen that comment? Chelsea, that's my name. Welbeck is going to be playing like Ian Wright against Arsenal.
No.
No, to be honest, I can see it coming. I can see it coming.
Where is it?
If I was,
that's me.
We're gonna be no. Do you know what? Honestly, we'll be 1-0 up. Welbeck will get an equaliser, and then Morpay will win it.
Nah, do you know?
Where's the comment?
Ads will kill me if I says I'll pick Heskey over Welbeck.
Oh,
wow. No, I won't kill you because I don't have that attachment.
I'll pick Heskey. Bro.
Chelsea, that's my name.
Heskey's better.
Okay, guys. Now road call. First, Kai, predictions for the score. Score prediction.
I think
for Brighton Arsenal. I mean,
what? Arsenal and who?
Brighton.
Where have you been, Kai?
I've been talking to my girl. She's yaps a lot. So it's the Arsenal Brighton game. 2-0. 2-0 Arsenal.
There you go. Steven?
He puts the same lineup then at the Chelsea game, then I could see us winning. But if he goes back to what he was doing before, then God help us. 2-1 win Arsenal. It's not going to be an easy game, to be honest. Actually, this is probably saying how bad Chelsea were yesterday. It'd be more difficult at Brighton at the Amex Stadium.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially what happened last season.
We haven't beaten them since 2018. So just so you know, Indiana, what's your prediction for the game?
That stat has just changed my opinion. I was gonna.
Oh, your internet cut out again. 1-1.
Boring game, 1-0.
Negative Indiana.
Ads, what do you say?
I'm gonna be realistic. Like Stephen said, you lot pay out the you pay out the same team. I think it would definitely be a close game. If you set up that team, I'll back a 2-1 win to Arsenal. But if he doesn't, then I'm gonna say 3-1 to Brighton.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
If he goes back to what he was doing beforehand.
If he goes to the old team, again.
I can see that.
Okay, yeah.
Is Gabriel fit
makes
again?
sense.
Is Gabriel fit again?
Yeah. No. Gabriel's going to be missing for another 2 more games.
Oh, you might win then.
Do you know which Gabriel I'm talking about?
What?
Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah, the defender.
Yeah.
Magalhaes.
Yeah.
Not
what do you call it? Ram.
2-1 victory with Morpay scoring the winner.
See, I told you, he's just a joy kill, man. He's just, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Rams, you're bordering on being a troll, man. You just come here just.
I can't.
No, man. You just come here to banter everyone, man. Like
you should see him in our chat, man. You should see him in our chat,
look at him. Like, one Premier League in one title in 30 years, and then a Champions League, and look at him. Right. Can't stop gassing.
I can't.
Listen,
just
guys.
want Morpay to score. I want Morpay to score a winner just because it will piss off time.
Just because you want to sit back. No, because he wants to sit back and watch AFTV and chill.
Yeah, Stephen, you have to understand. Ram prefers players to Liverpool.
Let me just do the team news quickly. So Partey's out, David Luiz is out, Willian's doubtful, Gabriel is out, and then on the other hand, you have Lamptey out, you have Aaron Collins doubtful, you have Lallana out, you have Jose, whatever his last name is, and then Florin. So I can't even pronounce some of these guys' names, Brighton players. But yeah, that's the team news, guys. And, you know, hopefully we see a bunch of goals. Hopefully we see our players performing like the likes of Martinelli.
Why are they all smiling at those pictures, man?
The likes of my guy, Emil Smith-Rowe. You know what I mean? And then last but not least, you guys already know what it is.
This is before they were told what the process was.
Last but not least, guys, you already know what to do. You gotta smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do me a favor. Check out Indiana's channel.
Jokes, man.
For the first 11 football, right?
Yeah. Come check it out, people. First 11 on YouTube. Twitter is firstxi_TV. We've got Friday Night Fraud Watch, where you can see most of these guys. And a few shows coming up in the new year. We're gonna hit the channel hard in the new year. So please go and check that out. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, EGTV. Make sure you do that.
There you go. And then you got my guy ads on GNA TV with his boy Jem. Tell them where they can catch you, bro.
Come on, bro. At Zills on Twitter, ADZills_ on Instagram. GNA TV as well. We're going to be doing a match reaction to the Chelsea game tonight. Let's hope they lose. And yeah, man, you can catch me. You can catch me on the first 11 sometimes. You catch me on here as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That is rude.
He's only saying that so I don't call him a Chelsea fan. That's
not in a bad way, but that was rude in a funny way. Anyways, next let's go to Ram. Ram, tell people they can catch you. Do you have Twitter anymore? What's going on with your Twitter?
It's just that I don't use it, innit? Yeah, just follow my Twitter, LLB Rams. I'll be on the terrace as well. And one thing, if Matty Cash scores tonight, I'm gonna be gassed.
That's when you get to kick him off. When he mentions Maldini or Matty Cash, that's the kick out button.
He's used to it from Prime. Prime is like the first thing he does, just like kick him out. Exactly. That's
Anyway, Steve, talk to me. Tell the people. Steve has changed the name of his channel to
aftv TV.
There you go.
Yeah,
you should change it too. You should change it to SF.
Yeah, well, there was 3 channels already like that, so I thought I use my surname and that would be easier. But actually, I think I'm setting up.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah. Maybe he's thinking. Steve,
sorry. No, I've got a stream tomorrow where Prime said if we beat Chelsea, which we have done, he would happily let the regulars that come on my channel come for an hour and banter him and never be used again as a return. So that'll be fun.
If there's any room, I'd like to jump on that.
Yeah, but obviously jump on that, and it's only for the Arsenal fan regulars that have been on the channel. So, but yeah,
no, just for the Prime banter. Just for the Prime banter.
Yeah, we just do watch-alongs for the football and news, and whilst raising awareness of liver disease at the same time.
Yo, okay, so I get a serious question. This guy says, Egal, have you ever been to a game? Yes, I have. I've been to 4 games. And then after that I get a ridiculous question from Kevin.
What the fuck?
Yo, listen, that's like that. You know those 12-year-olds.
This is turning into a porn channel with all this going
on.
Man.
It's a typical KDB sexual.
Oh, hey, look,
this is YouTube.
You know why? Do you know why he does that? Right? It's because his parents ain't taking the parents' controls off.
Yeah, exactly.
And yo, Kai, tell the people what your channel's name is called. Yo, your name is too long. You need to shorten that.
No, I like my name, man. You can find me at No Filter Football KH. We'll be mostly just doing Chelsea shows because Chelsea is in a crisis, so we're doing that stuff.
No.
You're in a crisis.
You're not in a crisis. Oh my god.
Yeah, we just have standards. We just have standards. You haven't won the league in 8 years, and you haven't won it.
You're the one saying that Fulham win the league.
We are. I never said that. If you can find a clip and find that I said that, I will give you $1 million, man.
You're 8. You're 8.
We are 8, Ram. Yeah, exactly. It's a crisis.
Don't banter anyone. They're above you.
Yeah, so we'll go to the end to address the crisis.
Who bantered? Hey, Ram. Calm down, man. You know I will come back to this, and I'll make you suffer, man. So just calm down.
Oi, Kai, when you're 15th and in a relegation battle, then you can call it a crisis.
Yeah, but there's different
Don't
standards.
come to me about crisis.
There's different standards.
Hang on. We're talking about the 2 clubs in London where one's got more trophies than the others, and which one's that one?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you guys have been.
We were setting standards before you lot turned up, so don't even go there.
Yeah, but
he's got a point.
Then they got lowered, though. Standards get lowered.
Yeah, I didn't know about standards.
Bro.
Maybe it's time to lower Chelsea standards.
No, it's time.
There we go.
That's what time it is, man.
Okay, guys, this has been the entertainment for the night or the evening or whatever.